Hey y'all, Cardinal Lawn Live coming in for a good old landing here. So I went to Dollar Tree. A good friend of mine, Joseph, took me and everything. I got different colored um, bungee cords or whenever I do business or whatever my business starts. I got, some good old bungees here. I got green, I got red, I got blue, and you know, one of a kind. See, I had three green ones, but I gave one to Jim. Shout out goes to him because he doesn't have a long bungee cord, so I gave him one. Um, Stuff like that, and so I have two greens now, and I got uh, three three red ones and three blue. Um, Blue's pretty long, just within the lawn care. And let me tell you, if you go to hire somebody to work and you tell them to do something, make sure that they're doing it and listening to you. Because this past weekend, um, or actually, I have four reds. But with all these bungee cords, you want to make sure that you got them to work with and stuff. But for sure, the main top of the line is to make sure that you got bungee cords to work with and that they're working with you. But again, I just wanted to come on here and mention that if you're hiring like a crew or if it's a family member and you're trying to get them to help you do something so you can have your rake back, make sure that when they're doing it, because you're their boss. Even if you want them to do something, you're your boss. And you have to, they're just going to stand around puffing on a darn smoke or whatever. But, you can't let them do that. You got to make sure that they're doing the maintenance and your lawn maintenance. Okay? So basically where I was at was my sister's house doing some yard work. Okay? I was raking some stuff up and putting stuff in a garbage bag so that way I could have my rake back and stuff. And I had a buddy named Chris that was supposed to be helping me work, and he was just standing around not doing anything. And so basically, what happened was I had said, I might as well, you know, just retire from my business, just return everything, take everything off, and not even work for myself. So then I got a little bit over it, and I went back to work. Just here goes Chris. He goes, if you want it done, if you want the job done, you do it yourself. No, you don't talk to your boss like that. If you want something done, do it yourself. No, you're there to help. That's how you get fired from a job. Okay? You cannot do what you need to do. And he's, as of right now, laughing about this because he knows that it's true. If your boss tells you to do something, you do it. Don't just stand around, puff on a smoke, and not even get the job done that you want done. He tells you, oh, you want it done yourself? You do the work. No. Here's the thing. I needed my rake back. My rake is over there at my sister's house. I need it back. Oh, if you want the work done, you got to do it yourself. No. When your boss tells you to do something, the main thing is to do it. Do as you're told. That's how you get fired from a job. So, to not to mention, pretty much my sister has lost me for her lawn guy. So therefore, I'm not doing her yard no more. She's done lost me for a yard guy. All because I asked her for a little bit of help. And I asked Chris for a little bit of help. I'm not doing their yard no more. Dropped. I dropped them for a client. I thought they were going to be my longtime client for work. No, doesn't work that way. It just is. It's all about them. It's all about what they want done. It's all about not how it goes by the boss. Oh, if you want the job done, you do it yourself. Even if you ask them for a lawnmower, they want you to wait until stuff starts growing. You ain't got to wait. Make that money. So, here, as of right now, I went to the dollar store, Dollar General, or not Dollar General, but Dollar Tree. $5 and $1 bill, and you get back $2. $6 for a thing of bungees. I got 4 red ones. I got 4 red bungee cords. I did have 3 green ones, but I gave one to Jim. And three blue is what I got. You want to make sure you got bungees for when you're working. You don't want stuff, falling off your trailer and stuff like that. So, you want to just make sure you got some bungee cords to work with, and stuff like that. So, this is how many bungee cords you need when you're working. It don't matter if you're, but don't leave them out in the sun, because when you leave them out in the sun, what you get is just the color fades away, and this stuff, and over time, this stuff here just rips off of the darn bungees, and you have to buy new ones. So these are pretty much new, as you can tell. They got the tags on them. They're good for work. They're good for just about everything. I basically got these for my rake and for my broom, because not a whole lot of blowing is going to need to be needed. So, and my rake, as of right now, like I said, is at my sister's. So as soon as I get that back, I'm not her client, or I'm not her customer, or not a customer, but her worker for her yard. I'm not any of that. I'm not her yard guy. It's nothing. She can have Jason do it. That's about all. I'm not doing it no more, because of the way they did everything. And I'm trying to help them out by getting my, no, done with that. Oh, if you want the job done, do it yourself. Nah, that's not how things get done around here. So here in a few minutes, I'm going to be cutting these tags off and putting them in the trash, because these are fairly new and they got to be ready for work. And I can't wait to go on commercial yards and do them for free. Well, basically not do them for free, but, do it for the Lord, which is working for the church. And what I do is I will wear my vest, my bright yellow vest with reflectors on it, just so that way people could see me and stuff like that. When I do get more money, I'm going to go back to Dollar Tree and get me a thing of picker-uppers and probably a bucket from Lowe's, and go around picking up trash that I see on the roadsides and start doing that. And hopefully people will pay me from doing that too. But it's actually not getting paid from that. It's just helping the environment out. So not only I can do that on weekends, I can do that, basically do roadside work. When I'm out and about doing what I do. So just doing what I do for lawn life and cleaning up people's yards is what you got to do, and you got to keep up with it. It can't be, there it can't be like whenever you're doing it by yourself. You got to do it when you're on when you're on AJ Canvas or whatever. But this is the Cardinal loan life, and you just got to focus what goes on in the world and focus on the yards that you're doing, because otherwise the yards and stuff are not gonna be the greatest. And you want them to, like I said, you want them to look good from the start to finish. And from start to finish on a YouTube channel, you want to make sure everything goes well with no matter what. You don't want to do like a you don't want to get done really fast on a job. I can't say the word, but it. You just want to make sure you're doing phenomenal on jobs. So it's just the one thing after another. And tonight we're gonna have breakfast for dinner. It's supper for supper and stuff like that. So it's just the main thing is you want to make sure that you're staying on top and making some money, because then with the categories or whatever, it's just going to go from there. So, as of right now, I'm going to cut these tags off of my bungee cords, so that way I got them to where they're ready for the summer. And yes, I do have a knife in my hand, but it's for these bungees. I got to cut the tags off. Get them everyone ready. But the main thing is when you're working, you're doing a phenomenal job. You don't want to do like a very quick job or nothing. It's just pretty quick, is what you want to get done and stuff like that. And you just want to make sure that the job is going phenomenal. It's just you just want to make sure you're doing AK good and somewhat good when it comes to these yards and stuff. Because when you get messed up on a yard, let me tell you, you'll know. Because for one, you'll end up getting fired from the job. People are just going to say that you did terrible. They don't want you back, and you just wanted to avoid that. You wanted to avoid that. You want to make sure that you're doing a great job on these yards that you're cleaning up for a living. And you can make, like I said, you can make a decent amount of money. Been there, done that. But you just don't want to do like a messed up job to where they just tell you, hey, you messed up something. You got to pay for it. You busted out. Hey, you busted out my window, and you just left it. You didn't even tell me about it. You just don't want to. You don't want to do stuff like that. You want to make sure that the job's done right, and pretty much be done with it. It don't matter who it is or what job it is or whatever. You just want to make sure that what job that you're doing, it is getting done. You don't want to just sit there and say to somebody, hey, we'll do this job, and then you're a no-show. You don't want to do that to somebody. So for one, you want to make sure that you're there on time, doing what they please and stuff like that. Make sure that it's what the customer wants, and that you're not going to go on the property and pretty much mess anything up. Just you want to be honest with it. Even if they ask you, hey, how much experience do you got? Do you know how to do this? You want to be able to say, yeah, I can do it. I can clean you up today for so for this much of money and stuff like that. But the main thing is cleaning up the job the way they want it done. Not, however, not pretty much the way you want it done. It's got to be done the way they want it. Because you mess something up on the customer's yard, that's for one, that's what they're going to say. Oh, you messed up something on my property. You got to pay for it. You got to do this and you got to do that. You just want to make sure that you're doing an AK job and you're not going to just, make something up. Oh, I know how to do this. And then you go on that yard and you're doing it backwards. Or for one, taking the window out or something like that. You want to make sure you're doing the job good and well. So just and watch for your surroundings too, of course. So got a bungee cord for my customer Nancy right here, a nice blue one. I'll give this to Nancy and she'll have her very own bungee cord from her yard guy. If you're watching this, Nancy, I got a bungee cord for you. I got a bunch more but I'm gonna loan this one to you. You can use it for your wagon or whatever when you pull some garbage around your house. Or I can use it whenever I come over there to do your lawn maintenance. But you've got a good bungee cord coming. So anyway, you just want to make sure the job's getting done right, and you don't want to make sure. You also want to make sure if you're doing well, and you're doing good. So Wednesday or tomorrow, whenever I'm able to go to work, I'm gonna go to work. But yeah, there's a bungee cord for Nancy right here on my desk. So it's the one thing is you want to make sure that you're doing a wonderful job on whoever's yard you're working on, and you're not leaving a mess. Because if you leave a yard a mess, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you that they're probably gonna call you. Hey, you messed up something. You left my yard dirty. You didn't do a great job. Can you come back tomorrow and try to blow it off? Yeah, I can try. And then they could call you back the next day. Oh, you never did show up. We don't want you back. You're fired. You lost a client. Or that, better yet, they let you go. That's a better word for fired. But they let you go. They don't want you back and stuff like that. Well, there's other clients you can find. You don't have to get all angry about it or anything. Nothing to be too mad about, because there's always jobs out there. So there's just about anything out there that you can watch and go live with, whether it's a weed eater, an edger, whatever. And I did a little bit of edging. I want to say yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I did a little bit edging. I did the patio out back of the place here. I did the patio of where my shed's at. I did that, and I did the patio, the front porch. That come out good. I even got a before and after. Well, I got an after picture. I didn't get a before, which was my bad, because I could have posted it right here on YouTube. At least showed it to you guys and then posted it up. But there will be a next time, because once summer hits and everything, I'll be out there working like every day. Like, I'm not even talking half of a day. It'll be every day. I'll be out there working on whatever, because I'm going to have some yards to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then possibly Fridays. And Fridays would be my sister's house, but I got to figure out what other yards I can do, because doing my sister's, it was like, do your yard yourself, and or do it all yourself, And if you hire somebody that does that or talks to you, I'll be done with them. I'll say, get on your bike and get on your merry way. Goodbye. You're fired. Don't worry about your paycheck. That's what I would say right there. Because I am my own boss. Okay. Right here, you can tell it's my business, my career. You know, I have every right to say what I'm going to say to these employees that are working for me. They tell me to do a job by myself and I want the job done by myself, they go by. I can find another employee and another employee says something like that, same exact thing. Goodbye. Get on your bike and go home. Don't worry about getting paid. I'm very, very serious about my work. I want the yard from start to finish to look great. So, whether it's mowing, weed eating, and blowing, or edging, and if they miss a spot on edging, fine. I can show them where they missed and then they can hit it again. It's not like I can fire them there. I can give them another chance. And if they miss again the second week, then that's when I can let them go. But if they do it on purpose, where they're constantly missing, I'm done with them. They get fired, and then I'll be back to myself. But you don't want to make sure. You want to make sure that when you're hiring somebody, they're right. They're okay, and you can't just hire them right off the bat. You got to be able to train them. You got to train them up to hold a weed eater, an edger. Now, if they've done it before, that's it. But here I am on a live channel talking about this. You also want to make sure if your weed eater or blower vibrates a whole lot, you might want to wear gloves because it can give you some blisters. Me, I don't wear gloves, but you also, when you're blowing or whatever, wear a mask or sunglasses or something to protect you. Because if stuff's real dry, it'll get in your mouth, get in your lungs, and then you're breathing it, and then it's hard for you to breathe. So, and as of right now, there's nothing growing, but at least I got all my stuff that I need for when stuff starts growing. As of right now, I can tell you that we need some rain because that'll actually help things, grow, and it'll help stuff, not be dead anymore. So there's actually a client that actually called me today to do some work. And he calls me back and says, "Oh, never mind. I got a neighbor kid to help me out. He's gonna do it tomorrow." I said, "Okay, that's fine." And I even gave him a price, about about $40 that I can be there tomorrow to do it. He said, "Okay, I could always throw extra out." We had it all set up to where I was going to be there tomorrow to do some work. Come to find out, he's got a neighbor kid to do it. I'm not upset about it or anything. I wish the kid the best luck because that's a lot of work for him. I do have a picture of it, but I'm not going to show it because I'm pretty sure the client doesn't want his house to be shown on the camera. So, but I got a few good customers that offer me drinks and stuff like that, which is water, soda, whatever, and I appreciate it. But you got to do what you got to do, and when you do it, you're good with it. You're good with any equipment. You're good with blowers. You're good with weed eaters, edgers. I got an ego edger that's 56 volt, high and low, so it's all good.
We ate at 4:11 this morning when I got up. We are on Florida, right?
But y'all have a good one. And I just wanted to cut this short, but if tomorrow it can be a little bit later tomorrow night, I'll go live But I just wanted to update you guys that. But this has been a great day. I don't get off until 7:30, so if anything, I could be back on here tonight. So I'm really supposed to be on here until 7:30, but I'm gonna go do something. My TV's on, so maybe go make some more business flyers until 7:30. So thanks for tuning in and watching. See y'all tomorrow night about 7:30 when I'm off. I'm gonna go back to work until 7:30. See y'all.